What's the borderline craziest car you drove?
Probably the SVJ. Seeing a car go that fast is nuts. It was during Christmas time. I wrapped my yellow M4 in Christmas lights and nobody was doing it yet. That one video got like 16 million views on TikTok and I made like over $8,000.
Why do you feel that people give a shit to watch your content?
I don't go crazy over the top with my cars. Like whether you have a Civic or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, a front lift's a front lift. It's not crazy stuff that nobody else would think of doing to their cars. I know a lot of people that they put on this persona when they hit record, and those same people now, after I've known them for a couple of years, are like starting to get burnt out. Sometimes when I open up my phone, you can't avoid seeing a comment or two, and it's always a bad one that you see first.
Was there ever a point in time where you felt like just quitting?
Welcome to Cold Tub Talks. Today's guest is Jake Schnatter. He runs Schnatter Days. He's a social media influencer. Jake, first off, congrats on the latest car in the collection, the F12.
Yeah, it's so sick.
That thing looks amazing, man. What is the trim technically? It's got a nice
So it's
name.
an F12 Berlinetta.
Berlinetta. Very nice. And it's actually not the latest car to the collection. I saw the latest video of Jake's. You got a C6 Corvette. But
Yeah,
what I want to
Z6.
point out, the coolest thing about this is that you had a C6 Corvette 2 years ago. And what you highlighted in that video in the beginning is that you had $46,000 in your bank account and you went down to $2,500 to get this C6.
Yep.
So I got to ask, what the heck has changed in the short time span of 2 years to where you have what you have now?
Honestly, you're staying more consistent. So back then when I bought the Corvette, I was serving at a restaurant. So I was making actually really good money. Like I think it was I made 60K my first year, and then I made over 100 grand my second just serving at a restaurant.
Nice.
So basically took all that money and reinvested it back into the videos.
Okay.
And then over time just kept posting more and more. But my big breakthrough was when I was trying to pro charge my previous C6. It was during Christmas time. I wrapped my yellow M4 in Christmas lights and nobody was doing it yet. So that one video got like 16 million views on TikTok and I made like over $8,000. That was like the most money I've ever made on social media ever.
Like instantly monetized?
Yeah. So that was like really crazy to me and eye-opening. And I was like, if I stay consistent, I could literally quit my job. So
That's awesome.
That is awesome. My wife
Yeah.
was a server for many years, so that's a really cool starting point. And to be where you are now, I'm sure a lot of people can find a ton of relatability in that.
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
We all start somewhere.
Started from ground zero, worked your way up.
Yeah, man.
I'm curious to know, watching your content, why do you feel that people give a shit to watch your content? To just be blunt, like what draws them to you to want to watch you?
I feel like it's a big reason is I don't hide anything. I'm pretty open with like all aspects, like obviously personal life, but all the cars, my dog, like financial status, all that kind of stuff. I put it all out there and I post like every single day. I think that's a big thing. The other thing too is I do sometimes do like callbacks to like the beginning. So it kind of makes people want to see like where I started from, because a lot of people just start with a bunch of money and that's like not where I started.
Yeah.
So I think that's another big thing. I don't know. There's so many with social media. There's so many different things that go into play that like makes a channel or makes like a platform like work. The other big thing I think is I don't go crazy over the top with my cars. Like whether you have a Civic or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, a front lift's a front lift. You know, like I do like that. I do suspension, wheels. Like it's not crazy stuff that nobody else would think of doing to their cars, which I think
Yeah.
is another thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I was curious though, because it's not anything crazy out of the box that you're doing, but I think probably the consistency, as you said, of just the relatability, how honest you are, transparent with people, that they can connect with you on a different level versus in today's world with social media, a lot of it's very fake.
Yeah, a lot of it's like
things
very
you see.
fake flex content style, I guess. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I have this, you don't, and it may be a story, whether it's true or not, of how they got it or acquired the car. And for
Right.
you, I think a lot of people can relate that you've just been honest of where you started. You didn't come from anything. You weren't given these cars. And now here you are with what, 12? 12 cars, 13? How many do you have now?
He's thinking about it.
11, I think.
11.
Yeah.
Now, going off that point, a lot of people that are already watching this channel are crushing it in their respective fields, but there's a lot of people also trying to do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hustle culture, man. There's people trying to become influencers left and right in their fields. So what would you say for the people that are trying to get into this lane that you've entered the past 2 years and done so well with it, where do you start?
Probably do what I did. So I consume a lot of content. So like I watch a lot of YouTube videos, watch a lot of TikToks. I see what's working and what isn't. And I follow the people that I look up to or that I want to like almost replicate, but not.
Sure.
There's a lot of people that make videos that are literally word for word my exact videos, which is kind of funny. And that's fine. I don't care. But
Really? With your vlogging style content, how do they copy you like that?
literally just word for word. Like we did a bunch of skits, my best friend Remy and I, we did a bunch of skits with our cars, and people would word for word the exact same videos. And that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
But if you take someone else's video and you have your own spin to it, it can still be the same core as the other video, but as long as you're doing something different car, different words, different punchlines, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For skits, at least, that's what I would do. And just like for overall content, just, I don't know, be yourself. You can take ideas from other people, but you can't fake it. If you fake it, that's how you also get burnt out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The
That sounds
authenticity.
Yeah.
Model success, but don't copy it. You think it'd be so simple. Talk about taking the personality out of your content and copying
for real.
verbatim someone else's shit.
Yeah. That's, I know a lot of people that they put on this persona when they hit record, and those same people now, after I've known them for a couple of years, are like starting to get burnt out. And it's because they aren't themselves on camera.
So now we're talking about the love of what you do. It's almost like they put on a character for so long, they get tired of doing it that way because it's not the real them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I think what you did, saving your money and knowing you wanted to reinvest it back into you and the videos, is what a lot of people don't do. There's a lot of distractions along the way. I need to buy this or get this, and then you just get lost, that you never actually get to your goal. I know quite a few people like that. I'm sure you've seen people where they want a goal, they want to achieve something, but they get distracted along the way of what they should be putting the money towards. And that's backing themselves, the videos, the content of what is actually going to get them to where you were.
Yeah. Yeah.
So kudos to that.
It's a big thing. Like this morning I was doing a bunch of like tax stuff and like looking at how much I made versus how much I spent on the business.
Okay.
And like the profit was like a tiny fraction because everything just goes right back into it.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes until you reach that level to where you're making way more than what you could reinvest back in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing what Mr. Beast does. He makes so much money, but all the money goes back into the videos in some aspect. And I mean, he's reached a whole different level now that I'm sure it's not the same. But
yeah.
I don't know. He's always putting in like triple what he did last year. So
yeah,
you never know.
I mean, that's what he's got to do to keep growing. When you're growth minded, you're like, what's next? What next level can I reach?
So what's the primary driver of what you do now? Is it Schnatter days with the giveaways? Is it monetization of the social medias themselves? Give us a little rundown.
It's kind of funny that like everybody brings up the giveaway, so I've only done 3.
Nice. Okay.
So it's like,
yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, everybody thinks I've done like 20 or 30.
Sure.
I've only done 3. Like the biggest driver is always going to be the videos. The giveaways are just a fun thing to do.
Sure.
Because like, I don't know, when I'm finished with the car, handing the keys to somebody else, that kind of like concept is so cool.
I love that.
Obviously though, like I'm not Mr. Beast. I can't give away like a $40,000 car for free. So it's like, it's also cool because the merch aspect of everything too is like people are gonna get the merch regardless, and the prices are like literally the exact same.
Yeah.
And so, but now there's like a car attached to it as well, possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I think that's a cool concept, but the big driver is always the content.
For sure.
Okay.
You can tell you got a good heart, man. I think a lot of people will get into that because there's money behind it or they can make a profit. But the fact that you just said like that feeling of handing over the keys, like that's just the gift of giving. Like nothing beats that. Am I right?
It's super cool. And like I know so many people that like they modify a car, they build it over like 3 years and they turn it back to stock and then sell it. And it's like, I don't know, I have attachments to my cars too. So it's like seeing a car go back to stock and then selling it just doesn't feel right, you know?
Sure. Yeah. You starting to shiver over there, bro?
A little bit.
I can be heard in the voice. Usually I become the biggest bitch first.
I'm curious to know, I saw a reel of yours a couple days ago. You talking about getting back into your fitness this year for 2026.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was curious to know if that was a personal reason, or I was talking to Tyler and saying, is that because you were coming on with 2 fitness guys that you needed to get back to the grind?
So I made that video before I confirmed I was going on.
All right.
So yeah, no, I've back in the day, like I was really big in like track. So like I did like cross country and track in middle school, and then went full on into track. Went to Junior Olympics, placed in nationals, stuff
Get
like
out.
that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Looking at myself back then and looking at my mental health, like that's the biggest thing. Like doing social media and like with all the goals that I have this year, like sometimes when I open up my phone, you can't avoid seeing a comment or two, and always it's always a bad one that you see first.
Yeah.
So it's like that mental, like obviously like is someone just hating?
Yeah.
But sometimes like if you wake up early in the morning and your mental side isn't there and you see that, it kind of like bums you out a little bit. So, but back in the day when I did a lot of track, nothing fazed me, you know? So I feel like the biggest thing there was like just physically being in shape and physically like getting all that emotion out while working out.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I started
Good way to put
doing a lot of like athletic stuff when my parents were getting divorced and I was young. And that's how like I got out a lot of those feelings.
Okay.
So I feel like I've been putting all that off and everything just gets bundled up and I don't have any way to release. And like,
Okay.
you know, so working out is like the biggest thing for me.
Okay. Did you
trying to get back
stop
into
working
it.
out for a while? Like, did
Yeah.
you completely stop? Do you feel like
Yeah.
you transferred that energy that you were putting into working out into your content? Was that around the similar time that you stopped working out and transferred it to somewhere else?
I was more consistent with like working. I was just working nonstop. But I feel like when I stopped doing like serving at the restaurant and stuff and was mainly just doing videos, I was all into that like all the time, editing my own videos, staying up until like 2 a.m., editing a YouTube video for the next day. So yeah, I would say yes, but there's still that void of not being able to work out. So now I'm like giving myself a schedule, fitting everything in and getting it done. So
That's the real
kudos.
deal right there.
Love
well,
it.
kudos to your 2026 fitness journey ahead. Let's
Yeah.
go. You did look
That's
pretty
awesome.
yoked. Devin showed me a clip of that video of you running track. I think you're like
yeah,
taking
I was
off. Dude,
doing
you-
like I was repping like 225.
Yeah.
I was good, and now it's like struggling to put
yeah.
up like.
What was your
yeah.
body weight difference? Because your arms look jacked.
I was 180 back then. I'm 190 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Actually heavier. Gotcha.
yeah,
Got to get that body composition to level back out.
yeah,
Put
Let's
the muscle
go.
mass back on. You'll be ready, baby.
yeah.
Yes, man.
No, I feel like it's not going to take too long. Is like if I stay consistent, and, like eat right, but we'll see.
For sure.
Yeah. You got it.
I love it.
We're here for any questions or help that you want.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Quick shout out to the Pod Company, the sponsor for the Cold Tub Talks. I'm sitting here in the Ice Pod Pro. Coach Devin's in the Long Pod, and you can get your discounted cold tub in the description below. Check it out for yourself.
All right. Welcome back to Cold Tub Talks. Jake, I got to know, what is next in your journey for you with your life, business?
I was
all
about to say
aspects?
there's a lot of different variables. Like
Well, start with one by one. What's next in your life that you'd like to accomplish?
I definitely want to get a new house. That's like what my wife really wants.
Okay.
I haven't been in this house for that long, but I think it'd be nice to have a house that's like a little bit more detached from like neighbors and stuff like that. I think also the neighbors might appreciate that with all the loud cars I have. Next step, as far as like social media, every year I do a vision board. I don't know if you know what that is. Like,
Yeah,
I
used to-
saw that
yeah.
on one of your vids.
Yeah,
It's
so
cool.
I took inspiration. There was like a rapper that did it that was on like I think it's a TED Talk or something like that.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Mhm.
There was a rapper that did it, and then TJ Hunt, another YouTuber that makes car videos and stuff. They both did that like back in the day, and then I started doing it when I started realizing that this is what I want to do for a living. And so this last year I did one. This year I did one, and on it I have like a whole bunch of different cars. I have 4 different cars I really want. I want R35 GTR. I want to rebuild a 600 LT. I really want a Gen 5 Viper and
Let's go.
an E92
Beast, man.
M3. So
Okay.
I like cars I really want to achieve this year. But I usually go year by year with my goals.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to have a 5-year plan, but I usually keep that kind of vague just because I want to like get going and get stuff going fast. And I don't know. I feel like if you have goals set too far out, you kind of feel like, oh, I have time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like
My
that
man,
feeling.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. What about your business?
For business, I mean, I am the business, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
What about like the giveaways? Are you going to continue on with that?
well, I like the giveaways more than selling a car. So yes, because there's always for the business, I'm always getting a new car and modifying it and enjoying it and like having fun with it in like my way, how I would want to. So obviously, like there are certain cars that are forever cars, like my yellow M4, my C7 Z06. Like there are certain cars that are forever cars that I'll never get rid of. But the other ones, when I finish them, I'm not going to sell them. I'd rather do a giveaway on them.
Okay.
So
Nice. I got the C7Z06 is a forever
yeah.
car.
Well, I'm
huh?
the second owner. I bought it and it was bone stock, and I don't know. It's literally perfect. Everything on it's what I want. So
Heck yeah, we feel the same about ours. Let's go. So on the personal side, how's your wife involved in the business? Even the vision board, like when I saw the vision board, correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed just channel and car oriented.
right,
So I'm sure life goals aren't on there, right?
like
the
I
house you
mentioned,
mentioned.
yeah, like I mentioned, personal life kind of stays more private. So like
Sure.
she's in the background and she helps me a lot. Like she does a lot of stuff. Like
Nice.
she'll help me with filming videos and that kind of stuff.
Like
but
my wife is here today.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I know she's my teammate. She's my partner. Like
Yeah.
everything that I'm doing, she has like say in and stuff.
Love it.
But obviously she's not like, I don't want to force her to be a main character, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's no need to, I started out with just me. It's like, I don't need to add like my brother-in-laws, my like my parents, my brother. That's just, I don't know. I feel like family life should stay family life,
And you mentioned you are the brand. I mean, you know what the people want, what you're known for. And so there's no point bringing those nuances in if that's not what people are watching you for. Right?
Yeah. Like they're in it from time to time, but there's a lot of creators out there that really force putting a family member into the camera. And that's not me,
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, as you said, you started it by yourself. You don't really necessarily need to incorporate more people. So
Yeah.
if you keep your personal life, business life separated, you never have to run into any issues along the way.
Yeah, but there's not like a definitive line, I guess. Like they'll be in it from time to time, but it's not like, hey, you have to be in this video.
Yeah. The control's all yours. If you want to come up with an idea of they're included, then you do a one-off.
Yeah.
And then you go back to making the content that you had.
Yeah, this is the norm. Me is the norm.
Yeah. Speaking of that, who does all of your editing, ideation, filming? Is it all just mostly you? I know you mentioned
Is it all you? No way.
Yeah. So it's mostly me. So all the short form stuff I film and edit myself.
Wow.
YouTube's a little different. Sometimes I will. So I have my good friend Caleb that is an editor and filmer. So for Vlogmas, when I was posting a YouTube video every day, he was editing those videos. And now it's back to me, but but he did such a good job that I want him to edit my long form videos. So pretty soon he'll be doing all of them. But right now it's still like off and on him or me.
You think that'll increase your production?
I think it won't increase the quantity, it'll increase the quality, because you got to think the 5 hours of editing that video can go into 5 extra hours of making the video content better. You know what I mean? So like,
oh, there you go.
So like working on the cars and all that stuff, being more hands-on.
Yeah.
Like going to a car meet at 6 p.m. instead of stop filming at 5 and start editing at 6. Like there's extra stuff you can throw into a video. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay. What do you think your audience is most interested with you? Like if your audience were able to ask you a question right now, what do you think they're most curious about as they continue to watch you over time?
This might sound funny, but I feel like a good chunk of my audience is just talk. I feel like I share so much stuff in my videos that I feel like my audience almost views me as a friend, which is what I want. They don't view me as like an entity, which is like that detachedness. I don't like that. I want to be, connected.
Dude, it really does feel super authentic. I watched a video last night on the couch with my wife and it felt like you're kind of just hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's like almost a FaceTime call. I'd like to view my videos as like a FaceTime call with a friend. It's like people watching it, like they know who I am. They're watching the video, and I'm like basically like showing that they want to feel like they're the person getting talked to, I guess.
Yeah.
But you also add that excitement to it, like with the F12, even the C6, your recent video.
Yeah,
it feels like you're kind of on the journey as a friend with you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to see this car together.
Yeah. Yeah, we're driving it home. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's the best way to do it. I guess it's something I would say neither of us have mastered fully.
Yeah, like I'm intrigued by it because I'm not a consumer. Like you mentioned, you've watched a lot of content. Devin's a lot more of a consumer than myself. So he brings a lot of ideas to the table that I'm like, really?
Like, why would someone want to watch that? But everyone's different. I love that.
Yeah.
And so you are probably a massive inspiration to not only just people who want entertainment after a long day at work, but maybe also to the people that want to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it freaking works. You're a prime example. But
Yeah.
like, to me, I don't have that consumer mindset to where I'm like, I don't care to sit down and watch someone do this for 30 minutes. You
Yeah.
know, we're all at a different stage of life. We all have different interests. And I find it fascinating because even though it's not my interest, it's a lot of other people's interests, obviously.
Yeah. No, I think everything is like, I look at everything like holistic too with like content. So like when if I'm watching someone's videos, like I watch what I like. So if I'm going to watch what I like, I should be creating content that I like too, you know? So I know it's like a whole like thing. If I enjoy it, that's what I'm going to make. And then the people that enjoy it, I enjoy are going to watch it. You know, it's the easiest way to do it and to be consistent and not burn out.
Yeah, so true. Was there ever a point in time where you felt like just quitting? Like from social media content?
So I did. So when I wasn't making content that I enjoyed. So so I tore my meniscus during track in high school and I was on crutches. So I couldn't work. I wasn't able to go to school for a little bit. So back then, TikTok Musically just turned into TikTok. And people were doing one of the first trends was like people were dumping like water into a sink. And like it'd be like there'd be a piece of paper in the sink. It'd be like what my mom spends money on. It'd be like groceries, makeup, stuff like that. And like the more water is like the more money they spent. And I've always had a collection of pennies and quarters and stuff. So I did the same thing, but instead of throwing water into the sink, I threw money. And one of my first videos got like 600,000 views. And then like just create an account, just did it. I just thought it'd be funny. And then I did another video and it was like how much money like school spent on sports. And so that one got like 9 million views. So then I just started making a lot of like,
how much, what was that one?
It was like how much money school spent on sports. So like football, track,
schools,
tennis, like all that kind of stuff. And it went crazy. And so from then I was like, all right, I have like 20,000 followers. I'm going to keep making like relatable, funny content. And I got bullied in high school about it. And I got up to like 120,000 followers, but it wasn't content that I would watch. It was kind of cringy, you know?
Okay.
So I stopped. And then that was the only time I really quit.
Okay.
But then I brought it back up in college when I started like enjoying cars more. And I got my first like really nice car, got an Audi S4.
Yeah.
So then from then on, I haven't wanted to quit.
Got it. So it brought you back to wanting to create content again after taking that break. You just told yourself, hey, I like producing content and I'm into cars. I want to make content around that now.
Yeah, I realized that was my like real passion was always cars. So
okay. It's funny, you speaking of TikTok, it literally brings me back when we were at the Summit of Greatness, when we went to the Lewis House event, and there was us and a couple other guys in an Airbnb together, and TikTok just became a thing. It was blowing up. Everyone was talking about it, and we all said we were going to go all in on TikTok and focus all our time in it because it was going to be the next big thing, and we all challenged each other, and then we all went home and no one used it. And the next thing you know, it was like the biggest platform in the entire world that people were using. And then you missed the curve that you're like, oh shit, we missed the ball there. We could have started when there was only a couple 100,000 users. Now everybody's on
millions.
it. Yeah. So it just made me think of that funny story.
Yeah.
You think back and, well, I wish I would have did that a little bit different.
Yeah, man. Your first anything, you got a much greater chance, right?
100%.
We didn't believe in it.
If you're watching this and you care about peak health, we get it. At InstaShred, we offer bespoke online coaching for busy men who want to elevate their appearance, performance, and health. It's remote, precise, and built for your lifestyle. Over 4,400 men have already transformed with us. Click the link in the description below, head to instashred.com and book your free call.
So speaking of going from the more entertainment type content you were just talking about to truly just doing what you do now, do you feel like you ever dial up your personality? Like you seem very genuine, authentic. You're even talking off camera. It sounds like you just do what you do. But do you feel like you have to turn on a switch ever when you're creating?
So like when you press record, like what percentage am I like more? I feel like I was talking about earlier, putting on an act, like you get burnt out. I feel like that's the same concept, right? If you're overly excited, it's almost like the same thing.
Really?
But
okay. Because I don't think you're fake, but I feel like when you're on camera, like
I'm probably like 110.
More,
I would say like 110, 105% of what I am off camera.
Okay.
You know, So I wouldn't say like too much, because like I said, like that's the same thing. Putting on a persona or trying to be too much of yourself is,
Yep.
it almost is off-putting for people when they watch your videos too.
And I think we've heard this a lot more the past few months. A lot of people are going back to the IRL type content in real life.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are a great example of minor editing, being yourself. You're just point and shooting. We were even talking about off camera, you're not even using the settings on the camera like you're just
Yeah.
auto shooting.
The most I do is a polarizer. That's it.
Not only is that more stress-free, easy, but it's also what people are starting to enjoy again,
Yeah.
which I think is awesome.
I feel like it allows me to also put all my focus into what I'm filming, not necessarily how I'm filming it, you know?
That's a good point.
So
Yeah. So with your framework, like a 30-minute video, that I've recently seen, do you kind of map it out beforehand, or do you just kind of know I'm just going to take them through the whole process from start to finish?
there's no map, no.
There's no map. Nice. Because it almost seems like you would have planned it out. I'm going
Yeah.
to start recording when I get the news about that car, and I'm going to tape it from the moment I bring it home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So there was a YouTube video or a podcast I watched with Mr. Beast on it.
Okay.
And someone asked him a very similar question, like, how do you make it a perfect 30-minute video? And he's like, I don't. It just happens that way. It could be a perfect 30-minute video, but it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. So like if my video there's only 22 minutes of good content, it's only gonna be a 22-minute video.
Mhm.
You know, I don't care about the length. It just has to be a good video.
Yeah. Got to keep people engaged to want to watch it. If you just add a bunch of
Right.
random stuff and to make it 30 minutes, well, people are going to drop off probably in those spots.
Right. Like
where you just filled it.
the longer video, sure, you're gonna get more ad revenue. Like you're gonna be able to throw in more mid-roll ads on YouTube and stuff, but there's gonna be a drop off.
Yeah.
You know? So I just film the video how I vision it, and if it's shorter, it's fine. And if it's longer, cool. You know?
Love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you have to do in today's world. I think when he was talking about the IRL, I feel that's super popular now. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel it's got brought back because of all the AI capabilities of things that can be fake. People just want to see what's happening in people's real lives, not
Yeah.
the fake AI, all this edited stuff. They're here, they're there, and you don't know if it's true or not.
Mhm.
Versus if you're watching someone live, you can't really fake it. You're seeing what's happening in their life.
Yeah, I've been asked to start doing live stream stuff, and it's I don't know, that is not my cup of tea. I don't really want to do that.
Same.
Like dealing with people, like because when you're live, people can find out where you are way easier too.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
my friends that do it, like they have to have a bodyguard.
They
Like
get
they're not
pinned.
even like crazy huge, but
Oh,
it just takes
geez.
one crazy person
Yeah.
or someone that like, you know, which isn't a bad thing. Most people are just wanting to meet you, but you
Yeah.
never want to take that risk.
That's a great point.
They can
So-
ping your
With that.
location or mark you down.
Man,
or they're
it's-
like, oh, they're on this block at this street because I know what city they're in
Wow.
right now.
Freaking
And
sucks that we got to
Yeah.
think like that.
Yeah, you always got to think like that. But another thing too is my content, I don't have to live stream it to make it feel real, because it's literally like the minute I film a little short form video, it's up in 5 minutes. You know,
Okay.
so it's not overly edited. It doesn't seem like it's fake, and that's like a really important thing for me.
okay. What was the very first car you ever bought yourself?
So my very first car I bought myself was my Audi A6, so my second car. My first
Okay.
car I got was a Hyundai Sonata. It was like $1,200
Okay.
that my dad and his friend gave to me for like mowing like the family friend's lawn for a whole summer or something like that. So that was like my first car,
The first car was the
Yeah.
Sonata.
Sonata.
Okay.
But the Audi A6 was like my first car that I bought and didn't have to like do chores for, I guess.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about the C6? Where did that fall in line? The 2 years ago, the whole 46K to 2K.
So that
C6.
was, so the C6, I have my, there's like a whole list here. So
Sure.
the A6, then the S4, then my gray M4, and then the yellow M4, and then it was the C6.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
had a couple cool cars before then.
So I had a couple cool cars when I drained my money down for the C6.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the middle of trying to sell my gray M4, which I had a loan on. So I just dropped like 20K on my yellow car because I bought that in cash. It was rebuilt title, and banks don't like loaning on that stuff.
Sure.
So, and then I owned my Audi outright. So, and I sold my Audi for like 19K like 2 days before I got the C6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I
nice.
just had enough to get it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Man, we all start somewhere. We were talking about Steve Hamilton on the way over here when I picked you up. What's the borderline craziest car you drove? Something souped up, hypercar.
Craziest car I've driven, probably the SVJ, like Grail's SVJ. Yeah.
Nice.
So that I drove a Calvo Viper, but it was like I didn't really drive it. Like I got like up into like 3,500 RPM and the boost started hitting. I was like, nah, I'm gonna back off because it was making like 1,800 wheel.
So what is that? Cavo?
Calvo. So
Never heard of it.
they're a huge company. I believe they're based in Texas right now, but they're gonna move to Florida, I think. They twin turbo Gen 5, Gen 4 Vipers. So and they're like they're one of the only companies that like warranties it. So like they do everything perfect, and you can like make 1,300, 1,800. I think they have a few Vipers that are making 2,500.
My.
It's pretty nuts. So I think the one it didn't make 1,800. It was making 1,300 wheel at the time. So but
Street legal car.
I didn't want to mess with it. I was like,
yeah,
no.
that's something.
Yeah.
So that's the one car that I would tease, get rid of the Carbon 65 for as a Gen 5 Viper. Would you do that with your C7? Because you said that's a forever car.
Mm-hmm.
Would you technically swap that for a Viper?
Right now, no. I would get in a Viper as an addition.
Okay.
But I wouldn't get rid of my C7 for it, I would say.
Nice.
The C7 is just too comfortable. I've ridden in a Viper.
Yeah.
A Viper is a lot harder to daily than a C7.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've never like gone for a longer drive than a few minutes in one. So.
Yeah. Yeah. The Viper is definitely a lot more tight.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, the C7 is comfy, ain't it?
The C7 is just perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like his firstborn child, it sounds like.
I know.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
give it up for nothing. You love it.
Yeah, it's like I also feel like the person I bought it from, he was a really nice guy. His name was Bill, and he had a HELOC on his house for the car. So, and he was getting older, and he was making it very clear that he wanted to get rid of the car to like take care of his wife. So he didn't want his wife to have a mortgage on the house, I'm guessing, or something.
Yeah.
So he really wanted to sell it. So he sold it to me, and I don't know. I feel like there's too much attachment for him that I would feel bad if I just got rid of it. You know.
Wow. Does he keep in touch with you?
He's messaged me a couple times on Facebook, but he watches the videos for sure. Yeah.
So he would know when it's gone.
So he'd know when it's gone. I don't know.
You got to keep it in the background.
Yeah, I got to keep the car at least for a little bit longer.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
Makes sense.
All right. What's the ultimate dream car?
Ultimate dream car.
You were talking about not even looking 5 years out, but if you were to say, man, one day, that's the crown
honestly, it'd be between like a Koenigsegg like Agera or Pagani Huayra. I really like the Huayras. They're so sick.
I don't know much about Pagani. I feel like every time I look at one, I don't know how to feel. I'm just neutral.
Yeah, they're
inside
nuts.
and out. The interior is like, I feel like we're on a different planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it. You know, it's something you don't see. And I feel like nobody makes videos on them either. Like the videos that I make, at least, that would be pretty crazy.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, like just like nobody makes videos on Ferraris, like just pointing their phone, like the the TikToks I make.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'd be kind of funny if one day it's just I'm pointing a phone at a Pagani. It'd be stupid. So
I really like. Have you seen the Hennessy Venoms?
Yeah, the F5s. They're so sick.
Yeah, I would love one of those. I don't know why, but my favorite color is green. So when I see Steve Hamilton's, I'm like, dude, I just want that car because the green.
Dude, those sound gnarly too. When Steve fired that thing up and was revving it, I was taking the video. I had no clue that thing sounded like that.
Yeah, they're pretty wild. They're pretty wild.
And you don't see like many people have them whatsoever because they're just custom built.
Yeah.
For people that want them.
I've heard people are kind of scared to buy them because they're like an untested hypercar. You know, like not necessarily from like a performance perspective, but like value. Like they're scared of putting a bunch of money into it and like not knowing if they're gonna like hold or not.
Yeah, because
that's what I've heard.
Not too many people have them. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's like new hypercar brands, like because a lot of these guys that like aside from like Steve and a lot of these other people look at the cars as like investments. So like when you get into the hypercar range, so it's like if you buy it and it depreciates $500,000 immediately, like kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
We know someone who did that with a Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, they took off the suspension component. They put big wheels on it. They took away everything that made it a real Rolls Royce.
No way.
Yeah. Is anyone else still shivering?
No.
No, are you sure?
No,
Off
pretty
and
good.
on. It's like really,
Because I'm feeling it.
yeah, every couple minutes, like just a little bit.
Yeah. What's the number one reason you post content? You ever think about that? Like, is it for yourself? Is it for the enjoyment? Is it for the viewership? As your journey's really progressed over the past year, when it comes down to it, what's the reason that you keep producing content?
That's a tough one because there's so many aspects to why I post, you know. But from the beginning, it was always like I live in a smaller town, you know. Like you go to a car meet and like you go to a couple, everybody's seen the car. You've seen everybody that likes cars, everybody that enjoys cars is going to that car meet. They see your car, cool. I feel like it's the posting is the best way to share my passion to like more people, you know. I think that's the big reason. I would say that's why it started.
Okay.
I like that answer.
Would you ever see yourself moving to a different state that has a bigger car community?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
You're happy with where you're at. Like
I'm
you just
happy.
stay
I'm
there?
happy with where I'm at. Yeah. The moving aspect at this point, like I'm fortunate enough to be able to make videos on everything, so I can justify spending a good amount of money to travel somewhere to go to that
Mhm.
kind of like scene. So obviously, like I'll go to like Bimmer Invasion LA, I'll go to like Monterey Car Week, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to uproot and move to California to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So
No, that makes sense. I didn't know if you'd want to go to somewhere where there's a lot bigger car meets or different contents or people that you could collab with and make content.
moving for content, moving for collaborations, I've always been against because I feel like if you have to move somewhere to be able to have the ability to make more videos, you shouldn't be making videos. Like if you can't make videos with what you have, like, or like with your, like only yourself, and you have to collab to be able to make a video, that like you're not creative enough to do it yourself.
Oh, that's kind of a
Okay.
call out.
That's how I
could
feel.
see that.
That's
Yeah,
how I always feel.
yeah.
Like there's I have a lot of friends that they don't do it as much anymore, but when they first started, they relied on being with other people that have followers to be able to make videos.
Sure.
And when you have that reliance, you can't grow, you know?
By yourself, you're saying.
By yourself.
I would agree. Yeah.
So it's different with like podcasts, obviously. Like the biggest thing is like you have to have a guest, right? To be able to like pick their brains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but with like actual videos, making like car videos, like the stuff that I do, I don't think it's,
I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God. I thought he was calling us out.
I thought,
for
yeah,
this.
I didn't want to
Man.
make you guys feel bad.
No, and then even from thinking from the entrepreneurial aspect, we live in a small town here as well.
Mhm.
And sometimes I used to get aggravated because I'm like, man, I'd be so much further. I'd be doing more if I was in an area where I had other individuals that were more like-minded.
Mhm.
And you'd almost kind of make yourself feel bad for being in an area where you're so self-driven. Like Miami. Miami's got just this centralized pocket of entrepreneurs. And it's like, man, if I was out there with them, I'd be doing more.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not true.
It definitely does depend on like where your mind's at. From a content perspective, it's cool to go out to Miami and collaborate with somebody and do that kind of stuff. But I would never live in Miami to do that because also in those places, there's a lot of drawbacks too, you know, like all the partying aspect, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like
And you hear a
stuff
lot of
you want to
people
stay away from.
as married men, there's a lot of people that are not married out there.
Yeah.
Like none of them are married. They're
Yeah.
all like single and just grinding.
Mm-hmm. So it's just, I don't know. My whole thought process is if I want to be able to collaborate with somebody, I'll just go visit them or they can visit me. But
Yeah.
tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to make videos how I usually do,
Mhm.
or I'm going to make them different. Cause I always want to be better. I always want to be a better version of myself, but
yeah.
I want to do that on my own. I don't need to rely on someone every single time.
And it's like, I
Yeah.
love that because that, like, you're true to yourself and you have so much confidence that you're like, hey, I'm doing it my way. I don't need to rely on anyone. I don't need to go anywhere. Like, this is my lane.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, they're always jumping ship,
Mhm.
especially in the entrepreneurial world. I don't know if you see it, but people are constantly changing their style, changing even the industry that they're working in
Yeah.
because
And
it's
I
not
know a
working.
few people like that. Yeah.
In the growth that you've had, was there a moment where like things really popped off? Was it consistent growth or was there something that, I mean, like you mentioned the entertainment content earlier. did
Yeah.
well?
So the Christmas lights, when I did I was posting I
yeah.
was posting
You
once a day, once every other day on social media. And then the really eye-opening thing of like, if you stay consistent, you don't need to do anything else but this,
Mhm.
was the Christmas lights.
That
I
was
was
it.
like, okay, that's what's really going to help. It definitely blew up my page and like I grew like 100,000 followers on TikTok in that month. But after that though, it was just staying consistent, like
Mhm.
posting 2-3 times a day, every single day and never missing a day. Like that's what really,
Short form.
yeah, short form.
Sure.
Long form, no, that's not
I
happening.
mean,
Long
it's
form.
possible.
wild.
It's,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I would say that
Sweet.
was the eye opener.
Yeah. I mean, you just got so many good things going, it sounds like.
Now I'm fortunate enough to have a few cars that's pretty easy to make a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. How old did you say you were?
24. I'll be 25
24?
in April.
Okay.
Okay.
When I was grabbing the ice earlier, I thought Bree was like, "Really? You're married?"
Yeah.
Got the baby face.
Yeah.
24. I love it, man.
Yeah. I met my wife. It was January. So we're in 2026 now. So 2024 is when I met her. And then we got engaged and married in October of 2024. So we got engaged in September.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Congrats to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You clearly had a good feeling and knew she was the one.
Yeah. So a lot of people definitely gauge like marriage off like knowing someone for a certain amount of time, like dating for a certain amount of
The
time and stuff.
mileage.
Yeah. There's no sort of, for me, I don't think that's a time thing. It's just like, I don't know, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, and like the amount of time we spent together, we saw each other every single day. It's not like we went on a date every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So, but after the third date we went on, I knew I was going to marry her. So,
Mm,
yeah.
Love that.
that's awesome. It's one of the most powerful human emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Finding love.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you just, early on, especially if you have a good heart and you just know what you're looking for right off the bat, you can tell if someone's going to be the person you could see spending the rest of your life with.
Right.
Or you don't. You're like, yeah, I don't know. If you're 50-50, it's probably not going to work out. But sometimes you just get a really good feeling from someone. You're like, that's it. That's the feeling
Yeah.
that I want the rest of
Yeah.
my life right there.
Yeah. And at the time I was 22. So it wasn't like I was super young and didn't know better. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I've been through a few relationships in life that like I knew that right away.
Yeah. I mean, for
Huh.
people watching from home that maybe aren't married, how much or what has changed in a positive way after being married?
Honestly, like you have someone else on your side to like reassure you or to help you with hard decisions and stuff. It's very like when she wasn't in my life, it was definitely a lot easier to like get stressed out or stuck or be unsure about something. But I can always like go to her and like bounce ideas off of, and same with her. So I feel like that's the biggest thing is you have someone always on your side,
Wow.
which is really important.
Really well said. Yeah. It's
Love
crazy
that.
how there's no rule book or blueprint, because I have all those same feelings now. Like you've got that rock to make those decisions with you, and I don't know how if your wife has like a different personality type than you.
Mm-hmm. No,
Like
I
I'm
feel
a-
like we both love cars, and we both are. She's very creative. Like she's like, so I want to eventually do like a podcast kind of thing too.
Oh, really?
So like she's
Alright.
like
Hopefully we've inspired you a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe with that a little bit, yeah.
No
So-
cold tub though?
No cold tub. No.
Okay, just
we're
make
gonna
sure.
pass on that one.
Cool.
But yeah, and like she's like designing like the whole upstairs of our shop is gonna
Oh,
be
let's
like a
go.
cool thing. So she's doing that, and like she's really she's awesome.
Nice.
Well, I hope she's watching this. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Landon.
Shout out to you, Landon.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like my wife's very driven by certainty, and I'm okay with taking risks, and I love embracing uncertainty, but it's being able to make the decision alongside someone and really value their input
Yeah.
outside of your own,
Yeah.
and not just be alone in that decision-making process for things that honestly there is no guarantee. Like
Mhm.
every decision we make, you never really know what's going to happen, but you got to make the decision. And in an industry like ours, all of us, you are making decisions based off uncertainty all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not made for everyone. A lot of people want to get into stuff like this, but
There's
They
a lot
don't
of
because it's
risk. There's a
hard.
lot of investment into it mentally and like monetarily. So
Yeah. And it can
Yeah.
bleed over into a lot of different aspects of your life if you're not careful.
Yep.
As we learn, like you can let it you're frustrated, you can let it spill into every single area of your life with your friends, family, relationships. And next
Yeah.
thing you know, you're a toxic person yourself because you weren't able to control all your emotions that come with
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it comes like that's very mature for you, because man, when I meet Brie, it must have been 19, 13
2013.
years. Yeah, so it must have been around similar age, but it's funny because 3 years into our relationship, she was kind of ready to get married. A lot of people were getting married and I just wasn't ready. I wasn't, everything was fine in our relationship, but I wasn't ready to put that title on it. And it took a little longer for me to really realize like, okay, this is my person. We're meant to be,
Yeah.
and it's crazy how for you're like the third date, man. I freaking knew.
Yeah. The big thing for me though, that stopped me from like wanting to get married like the next week was I wanted to be able to have my own house. That was the big thing. I didn't want to be renting and be married or anything like that. So like for me, it was like, I need to have my own house and be able to like support her in that way too. So that was the biggest thing for me. So
Nice.
there's obviously certain things that make people want to wait, but that was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the vision with the house at 24? You mentioned you want to get another house.
So I want to get another house. So I won't sell my current house.
Okay.
Most likely I'll rent it out. I feel like after seeing how like all the real estate stuff has been going, letting go of houses isn't really necessarily a smart idea. I think holding on to them is better.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up renting out my house and then we want to get a bigger house with a bigger yard and just a little bit detached from neighborhoods, I guess.
I thought he was going to say detached garage.
Yes, that too.
Well, that too. He's gonna need
Yeah.
somewhere to put his 12 cars so we can keep them
I
all.
was
His
going to
house
say,
now.
yeah, you're going to expand the shop a little bit.
Yeah,
have
bigger
another
shop.
Nice one
If he's
at
not
home.
careful, he's gonna have 20 cars because he's gonna have the room for it.
Yeah,
buddy.
exactly.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, at that age, I can't say I ever thought about marriage one.
Yeah, let's go. I love that. I love seeing the younger
unique,
generation
though,
becoming.
and I like it because, as what you said, there's no rule book. I think a lot of people in your mind is, I hear a lot of people say, I'm this old and I haven't found my person. I haven't gotten married yet. I haven't done this. And it's like, you can get married at 50. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with your life. But what your parents tell you, what you see on social media and other things, you just think there's this specific path that you have to follow.
The biggest thing I hear is, I'm going to wait until I'm 30 to get married.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you wait until you're 30, what if you meet the one at 28? Are you going to like let them go?
Well, I put a number on it.
Yeah.
And I have seen that for some people where they've been together for 7 or 8 years and the woman just leaves because the guy's he's not ready to make the commitment. But it's like, what's really going to change if you've been together that long?
Right.
What's really stopping you from making the jump? And I mean, who knows what it is if you don't know the person personally, but it's like, you've been together that long. What's the difference?
At that point, it makes you think, are you unsure in your relationship? For being that long,
Yeah. And that, I can't say I've been there, but I don't know. I don't know what goes through some guys' minds. I don't know. I've never been there. I don't think you've been there. It doesn't sound like you've been there.
Less of an excuse nowadays with how much you can have access to nowadays. I feel like you can learn things so much quicker.
Yeah.
We were just with an 18-year-old kid yesterday and he's like a marketing guru. And I'm like, at 18 years old. And he's like, yeah, my journey started 5 years ago. 5 years? 14? So cool. And like, he's not going to school and he's so immersed in what he's doing. You could tell he's so advanced.
Yeah.
30-year-old as far as how into his field he is, just because we can consume so much in a positive way if we really want to, and in a negative way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The doom scroll on TikTok. I don't do it, but
yeah,
I'm sure that
sometimes I have to do it to be able to like think of video ideas and like stuff like that.
I'm sure it can. It's like, it's the intent you go in with though, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going in with the consumer mindset with the idea of, I'm going to use this to my advantage, that's different than just mindlessly scrolling.
Right. Yeah. Good point.
For anyone watching, do you have what your biggest idea or video in your mind is going to be this year? Is there something like on your vision board or that you've written down that you're like, I'm making this badass video. I'm going to pour everything into it.
No, it's more of go with the flow. It's like I have plans with all the cars that like I want to get done on them, and the videos will come.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. You can kind of tell by the way he,
Yeah.
it's just day by day.
There's
It's
not
cool.
like one like Mr. V style video.
Yeah, I was
wanna
gonna
make or
say, like
something
a
that.
Mr. Beast.
I didn't know if you were heading out anywhere doing a big video somewhere, or you were collaborating with someone specific that you were excited to make a video with.
Like I'm planning on going down to Miami to hang out with like some friends there and stuff, but who's to say who I'm gonna hang out with or meet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you going to any big car events? I know there's like,
Yeah.
do you go to Texas 2K?
Yeah.
Do you go to that?
So I go there. I have a bunch of friends that go to that every year. So this year though, I'm gonna ship a car down. That way I can like drive it around.
Yeah.
So, I'll go to Texas 2K, Monterey Car Week. I'm really big into BMWs, so I make it a point to always go to Bimmer Invasion. So it's like a big B&W thing that happens in LA, but this year I'm going to try and go to both LA and Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I haven't even heard of some of those, but
Yeah.
I know my brother wants to go to the Texas 2K one. And I see a lot of people post videos and stuff on there. It looks really cool.
It's pretty crazy. It's seeing a car go that fast is nuts.
Some of the fastest cars are like going 200 plus just down the track. Like, holy crap, these cars
like
are
100 and
insane.
200 in 3 seconds. There's that one GTR that can do that. It's pretty nuts.
100 to 200
Yeah.
in 3 seconds.
Yeah, it was like 3.2 or something like that.
It's talking like straight up real drag cars.
They're like 2,000 plus horsepower. A lot of these cars have.
Yeah.
It's just nuts how fast they go. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. Do you even care to collab with people? Like you kind of mentioned, you just stay in your lane, do your thing, but does it ever cross your mind? Like, you know what? I should collab.
So I have friends that I think it'd be cool for us both to mesh together and have like, so I have a really good friend. His name's Nick. So on Finding Nick on YouTube. So he does car stuff too.
Okay.
And he's just a genuinely good person. So I like being around him. So I was like, hey, why don't you come out? I'm doing Vlogmas, a YouTube video every day, and you're doing it too. Why don't you come out, have a bunch of cars, and it's snowy here and stuff. Why don't you just hang out for a couple of days? And he's like, sure. So he flew in during December and like hung out with me for a couple of days. And it was super cool because we're also friends. You know, I'm not going to, I like making videos with people that I also enjoy being around. I'm not going to like force making a video with someone that like I don't like, you know, like there's some people out there that make content like swerving through traffic and like going like stupid fast and all that kind of stuff. And they have a huge following. I'm not going to make it a point to hang out with those people. I don't
I
support
love
them,
that.
you know?
Like true to yourself.
So
That's
I'm not
cool.
going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Makes total sense. Surround yourself with the people you actually want to be around and make content with them.
Yeah. You haven't
there's no point in forcing it with the wrong people.
Right.
Yeah. Well, one would just be draining for you. You wouldn't enjoy it, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much what it would be.
And it's just like our brand. Like we play the long game. Like we make sure that our hearts are always in the right place. And I always say it this way: I want to rest my head on the pillow at the end of the day, knowing that I'm a good person. And it sounds like you're playing the long game where you're just staying true to yourself. You're making sure you love what you do, and you're not getting caught up in the glamour of holy crap, this video popped off. I got to do more of that. And because like you said, you risk that chance of getting burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very easy to get burnt out.
My wife and I were out of state the other day, and there was this guy with a few million followers, and he asked if he could do a skit with us. And he's like, and the skit was involving, if you get this right, I'll give you $50. And so we did the skit and everything, and cool, he's just doing his thing. I just followed suit, and then he's like, by the way, I don't have $50 to give you, but thanks for the video. And it was totally staged.
Oh, wow.
Nothing wrong with that, to each their own. But at the end of the day, Bree was just like, I think that was kind of douchey.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Wait, you won the $50, but you didn't win the $50?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
That's
and
wild.
I didn't think anything of it. Like my brain works so different from hers, but she's like, I just think that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those fake pages of like behind the scenes. The person makes it sound like
you'll never
you won
know.
the $50. Like, hey, you won, but then really the video ends.
And I bet you he'll edit it to where you'll never know.
Yeah,
because we were there doing the skit. You know?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna be like, bullshit.
Comment on it. All right.
Like, this guy's a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, we appreciate you coming on, taking the time.
Yeah,
everything's been great. You're a great human overall.
Yeah, dude. The value always goes both ways. I feel like.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys asking me. Yeah.
Of course, man. Yeah. You got a lot to come. It'll be cool to see where you're at the end of 2026 with all the momentum you got going and all the fun you're having. I mean, you're just almost 2 new cars added to the collection just in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Look at that smile.
So,
you can tell he's excited.
Yeah, I have some plans for next month too, so it'll be pretty nuts.
All right.
Nice.
Let's go. A little teaser action.
What would be the last thing I like asking people is, what would be the biggest piece of life advice that you could give someone watching this podcast right now? What's something they could learn from you, something you've learned over the years, a quote, anything that you could share your knowledge with?
Staying true to yourself. Like a lot of people see, like especially social media now, it's really easy to see a lot of people making money and being like, I want to do that because they're making money or they have cool cars. And they pursue something that they're not actually like passionate about. or they actually will enjoy, So all the jobs that I've done, I've enjoyed. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that people should like think about is if you're gonna do something, you're gonna pursue something, make sure you at least enjoy it.
For sure.
That's so true. You just literally have to do what you love.
Yeah.
Find out what it is.
Right.
If you work a couple jobs you don't like, figure it out.
Like if you love video games, I'm not saying go find a job that like involves video games, right? But if you're doing a job that's like you absolutely hate, but it's because of the money,
Yeah.
it's not right.
Yeah. And in today's world, like you were saying, anything's possible. Look at all the streamers, the people on Twitch and Kick, and they're just playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
But they can make a whole career and living out of just doing what they absolutely love.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't follow along in that world, but I've seen quite a few people that are killing it by doing that. And it's like, well, okay, you can really do whatever you want in today's world.
It takes a special kind of person because those people also enjoy filming. They also enjoy spending every single moment trying to make themselves better at either the video game or the way they're filming it. So there's a lot of aspects in that too that you also got you got to look at the job as a whole.
Yeah. Which is why so many people do it, and there's only very few that actually succeed.
Exactly.
It's because it takes a specific person in order to fill all of those areas of what someone's looking for.
Yeah.
And I like the word you just used, whole. That's what I was looking for earlier. Like you are whole.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know who you are, where you're looking to go. And I think a lot of people are still caught up in shiny object syndrome in a world of consumerism. They don't know what they want.
Yeah.
So they think they should try this and try that. But if they're not whole and they don't know who they are at their core, it's easy to just say, I'm going to try this streaming thing because people are making money and it looks easy.
Yeah.
You're going to burn out real freaking quick. Cause like you said, there's so many more elements to it. And really, if you're a conscious adult, wouldn't you think if it is that easy, more people would be doing it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for all the people that probably see you and are inspired by it, cool, go for it. Give it a chance. But you think it's that easy to just become a successful car vlogger?
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got over 2 million people following you on all platforms.
Yeah, now, yeah.
I saw on YouTube and Facebook. I didn't even check TikTok, but I was like, holy crap. I didn't realize every single platform he's just killing it on. It's not just YouTube or Instagram.
Yeah, I've always had the vision that if I want to do this and one platform goes away, I can't be fazed by it. So every single platform I put time into to build each one, because if TikTok is deleted, I still have over 1 million people watching me on Instagram. If Instagram goes away and TikTok, I still have YouTube and Facebook.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah, Jake's doing it right, man. He's killing it.
He's got it planned out all right.
Yep. Setting the standard. Well, thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate you coming out. Yes. And if you want to watch other great episodes, just like Jake's here on Cold Tub Talks, you can click right here.